Hi, Lucian. I'm just messing about with the chat settings. It's so long since I've been on YouTube. I've forgotten what everything can do. Hi, Andrew. Just thought I'd jump on and do an impromptu live. I'm trying to work out the new settings on YouTube live streaming because they've changed them all like... Yeah. Fancy blushes and like, I don't know. Just thought I'd have a wiggle around. So how are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Spring has sprung. It's sunny outside today for me. We can do polls on here as well. Oh, they have made it all TikTok friendly, haven't they? When I share video. That's my camera. I'm just working out what these are. Oh, so that's lighting. I've been on TikTok mostly, I got to be honest, because the live streams over there are a bit easier for me to do. I miss YouTube so much, and I miss chatting with everybody on a Saturday. And Mark's just gone out, so I said to him, I'm going to jump on. All right, I'll check them out. I've not really been on social media. Obviously, Mark's mum passed away, so it's been really, really quiet, but... and we've all had that awful bug, but we're coming out of it now. We're all coming out of it now, which is nice. So I'll check them out. Don't worry about it. I'll get to it this weekend. I've not been taking any new cases on, so when people have been asking me, and I've had quite a few offers for TV shows and talks and conferences, but I'm not feeling it at the minute. I think I needed a break from the paranormal. Any messenger, right? I'll check them out. I've had so many night terrors in the last 6 months. I'm not sleeping properly. So I needed to get an handle on that, because, you know, you can only do it for so long, can't you, when it's bombarding you all of the time. Well, there he is now. Yeah, so I thought, well, I'll jump on and see if anyone's about. I mean, it's 1:45, isn't it, on thing. I'm trying to work it out if I can go live on TikTok at the same time. Let's have a look while I'm here. Although I don't know what the cameras are on this device. Hi Dave, how are you doing? It's just checking out they've changed the live settings, so you can do things now that you weren't able to do before. So like now, for the first time ever, I can like share some images and stuff. Don't worry, I've not gone all Quaker. It was for a storyline. I bought myself a private jet, by the way. Look at that. Don't you tell me that's AI. It's not AI. Oh, I've even opened a bar and a restaurant as well. He was having a mess about with these the other night on TikTok. But yeah, you didn't used to be able to do that, and now you can. Now you can. Green screen's good because it means when I'm talking about footprints and scary images and pictures, at least you can actually see them. But today we're not doing a paranormal day unless somebody asks me a paranormal question. Yeah, I'll have a look. It's really hard for me at the minute to concentrate on the cases. I can't do it. And I think everybody gets to a point in the career where they have to step back for a little bit and put their mental health first. And I think because I am such a powerhouse, and I have just ploughed through it all, it's time for me to have a bit of a rest. And it's a good time in the year, isn't it, to reevaluate when it's spring. I may come back to it, but as it stands at the moment, I've just I just need a bit of time off. Yeah, a bit of time off and see how we go. But I am missing the live. I'm missing doing the YouTube live. I've got to be honest. I miss everybody. I think that's what it was. I think, Andrew, I think that's what it was. And obviously, it was just all too much and things were starting to happen back round the home again. And it just felt like I'd moved from one, like we'd got rid of all of that. We'd gone to the new home. Everything was quiet. There was nothing. It was lovely. So it was really easy for me to work. It was really easy for me to like pop online whenever I wanted and all of the above. But it did start at home. It kind of started after I did the account in Moncton, where the lady went missing. Oh, sorry, I'm tapping. I didn't realise the mic had picked that up. Where the lady went missing and they said that she'd been taken by foxes. And so it kind of started about that time for me, which was not last Christmas, the Christmas before. And then things started happening around the house again. Started me night terrors again. Something's at the side of my bed all the time. And combine that with my mum being poorly and me being poorly, it was just a lot. It was quite a lot. Hi, Ramsay. But I'm feeling a lot better now. I feel a lot better. Mark's better and I'm better. So I do miss live streaming. I've got to be honest. I'm not missing the investigations. Because honestly, I've shut everything down at home. Hi, Sharon, sweetheart. And I don't really want to be opening it up again, if you get what I mean. I just need a few weeks where I'm not dealing with anything other than just like, that's it, Andrew. I think that's it. I think that case has played on my mind so much. Trying to work out what went on there and, you know, how that possibly could have happened. And then she's, for anybody who doesn't know the story, I'll give you a bit of context. In December of 2023, there was a woman in the Moncton area of Scotland, which is on the west coast, around Glasgow area, Prestwich, where the big airport is there. And you've got not really a fishing village, more of a town. And then it's surrounded by fields and countryside. So I think it was Christmas Eve. I'd have to, let me pull it up on my thing so I'm giving you the right dates. Maybe talking about it will lift it from me, I think. So long since I've been on the iPad, I couldn't remember what my thingy was. Right, let me get it up. I don't want to give you the wrong date for anybody who is coming to the story for the first time. Yeah, please, darling. I'm just on YouTube, having a... No. Yeah. Yeah. Finally, I did it. I jumped back in. So the town place was called Moncton. I want to make sure it's December of 2023 now. Right, there we go. No, sis, good job I checked. It was January of 2022. So let me pull it up. So I might as well read it out, yeah? So I'm just going to read it. I believe that this woman has acted in completely the opposite way that a normal woman would act in similar circumstances. If I see that mark there on my lip, that's when the first time Mark kissed me. I got a static shock and I've had that mark ever since. In the middle of the night with nobody around, and if she's been frightened, I don't see why she would have left the car. But let me read the story to you. Woman found unalived with body partially eaten by a fox or a badger after the car broke down. So the victim was not being identified, wandered away from her car while waiting for car recovery. So this newspaper post is Monday the 10th of January 2022. So it says the body of a woman who went missing after a car broke down was discovered partially eaten by wild animals. Now, think on this is Scotland. We're not in America where there's bears and cougars and all kinds of things that can take you down. I think the biggest carnivorous thing in the UK is probably going to be a badger, officially. But we do know that we do have big cats here, so we've got to take that into consideration. A missing person inquiry was launched after the woman's car was found on a country road. The 55-year-old woman, who was not being identified, had walked away from her Citroen car when it broke down near Moncton in Scotland less than a week before Christmas. Now, it says there her car, but when we got the Freedom of Information back, she was not the registered owner of the vehicle. So the vehicle wasn't registered in anybody's name. It's understood that the woman from Airdrie began walking through fields near the Ayrshire village on the 18th of December after phoning for a car recovery service. Her body was found the following day, about a mile from her car, with the help from a sniffer dog. Officers who discovered the body said it had been partially eaten by wildlife, and it's believed that badgers or foxes may have been responsible for them all. And just pop it there, babe. A local source told the Daily Record she'd phoned the AA to try to get them to come and help, but rather than waiting with the vehicle, she got out and walked away, going through the dark fields. Now, surely she would have headed towards the light. She then died while she was going through those fields. A Police Scotland spokesman said around 11:20 on Saturday, December the 18th, so that would be 2021, police were called to a report of a possible abandoned Citroen car found on an unclassified road near Moncton. It was actually found on Main Street, which does sound quite busy, but Main Street at Moncton is like a country lane that takes you into the town. Officers attended, and the initial investigations failed to trace the registered keeper, and officers started a missing person inquiry at that point. Around 4:55 p.m. on Sunday, December the 19th, officers searching for the missing 55-year-old woman's body found her in a field approximately a mile from where the car had been found. Hi, Joanne. The death is not being treated as suspicious, and a report was submitted to the Procurator Fiscal. Sorry, don't speak. So you've got a woman in strange circumstances, right, where she's suddenly, all of a sudden, car's broke down, she's phoned it in. Could it be wild boar? The problem I have is, got to be honest, if it's been any animal, I'm quite sure that when the autopsy was taken out, it would have named, they would have said there were scratches on her body, or, there was bite marks on her body. Do you remember the lady who died in France about 2 years earlier before this? She was a pregnant lady, and she was walking her dog through a countryside area in France. And when they found the body and they did the autopsy, she was covered in dog bites. So she had dog bites all over her. Hi, Rob. So it's a similar kind of case, and I think it happened as well in America, if I remember rightly. There was 3 cases of people who'd left the car in suspicious circumstances, females, that were found. Well, I think one was found, 2 of them are missing, still not found. Where the coroner had said that there were animal marks within the body. Aye, Gary, but not what kind of animal marks, just marks of animals on the body. Now, as we know in modern age, it only takes this to get a DNA sample. So I'm quite sure that if they could have named the animal that attacked her, they would have said there was fox saliva found on her, there was badger saliva found on her. It's another case in the UK where it's been closed. So for all there are a million questions unanswered, this case will not be looked into now, because they've said the case is closed. That's it, it's over and done with. The coroner's decided that there is nothing in the public interest involved in this story. So there won't be any investigations into it. There won't be, trying to trace who she is, none of that. Deb Singleton's tried, since the first week this story come out, Deb's put so much work into this, and we're no nearer to answers. So every now and again, people will stop when we're doing a live stream, or even when I'm on TikTok, people will stop me and say, Deb, is there any, you know, update on the Moncton woman? And the answer is no, and I don't think there ever will be. Unless a member of the family comes forward, or someone who's closely related to the case and share, we're never going to hear anymore. And just like the men that went missing at Bempton, the men that went missing at Cannock Chase, all of them go missing in areas with high numbers of unusual activity, can I say it that way? Very strange how it kind of crops up over and over and over again in the UK. But it was that case that started the slippery slide for me down into just... I think when you deal with cases like this on a daily basis, I learned at a very early age to shut one part of myself down and kind of deal with it. I can kind of dissimulate myself. I have bad hair. No, I've not stopped. I want to come back at Paddy. I really want to come back. It's just evenings are still not great for me at the moment because of my pain levels and stuff. But I've really missed YouTube, and I've really missed chatting with people. So I thought, it was spur of the moment. I just thought, I got an email off YouTube saying we've changed, you know, how the live streams are set out. You can do far more. So like, I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look. I'll see what, you know, what I can do now that I didn't used to be able to do. Because on TikTok, when I'm talking to you, I can pull the cases up. You can see them. I can pull any images up. I can play the video. And you've never been able to do that on YouTube unless you had an extra outside app that you had to pay for, which made it really impossible for me. Because let's be honest, I've been so ill, and with the circumstances of Mark's mum being poorly, we were absolutely potless. We got nothing. So it was like, it's not about the money, it's just I miss the company. I really miss the company. And it is, Joanne, I was thinking about that. When I did the case of the missing women. What we think 20 years ago and what we think now with modern day techniques are very different, aren't they? So back then we thought it was one lone man that was probably going around, like, you know, like Jack the Ripper or Ted Bundy or something. And honestly, looking into the cases 20 years on, it looks like most of them were killed by men that they know. I think Jojo Dugard was taken by a stranger. And I think the guy that they looked into lives about 15 minutes drive from the phone box where she disappeared. How many soup labels do I have? 74. I have 74 soup labels. Starting at miniature tiny ones for when to feed the fairies, all the way up to massive ginormous ones I used to feed the Bigfoot. Lots and lots and lots of them. Actually, a genuine honest one. You feel that may be excessive. I feel that may be excessive as well. But being a bit excessive and eccentric now, and because I'm really pig and stubborn, as you'll find out, I'm going to get all of the ladles from every ladle shop across the land, and I'm going to line them up here above my head. So the next time you come on, I'll be like, look at my ladles. And I literally will do that because I am not normal. Peter, oh, I don't really... Let me have a look. Let me look him up. I like lives like this because I don't have to prepare anything. I don't have to go through massive amounts of paperwork to get it together. Try and think about it while thousands of people are going through my live or asking me random questions. So let's have a look. Peter Emmanuel. Why does that name ring a bell? Did they think that he could possibly be Bible Jack? Or is that me just making stuff up? Yeah, they did. They looked at him, didn't they? Thinking that he was possibly Bible Jack. I spoke to a woman who works in television years ago, and we were chatting. I was waiting to go on. I can't remember whose show it was now, but I was waiting to go on, and we were chatting, and she said to me, like, have you ever looked into the Bible John cases? And I was like, no, I never had. I said, but I looked into the Peter Tobin cases, which are very, very similar. And he was kind of people thought that he was possibly behind the Bible John killings. And when I started looking into him, believe it or not, Peter Tobin has a crazy niece that's on TikTok. Her name's Jane Tobin. Oh my God. Jade Tobin. Oh my God. She's a split double of him, which is really weird. Somebody, I know, it's TikTok have put a thing here saying best sandwich you can make. They must be like giving us ideas because we can't spit feet for ourselves anymore. Jeffrey Bainbridge, let me look him up. There was one called Andrew, where I lived, grew up when I was in Swinton. After all of the Beulah stuff had gone on, and my parents moved to Swinton, there was a guy there. He was, I mean, obviously we didn't know it at the time, but he was like kicking, you know, terrace doors, back doors. He was going through the back doors, going in, committing horrendous crimes, and then setting fire to the properties. And I was going out. I was courting my first husband then. I'd been about 15, 16. I was working. And I was going up to meet him. And there was a little pub at the side of the church where we used to go. And I don't know why, but as I went at the side of the park, there was a little ginnel, an alleyway, you'd lot call it, an old Victorian alleyway. And you could walk down that. It was a shortcut. And as I went to turn onto it, something in my brain went, no, no, no. And I backtracked. And I walked a long way around. And then when I met Pete at the pub, and he said to me, why were you so long? And I said, it was just walking. I couldn't do it. I couldn't come up the lane. I was absolutely terrified. And after we'd finished in the pub and we'd come out, the police were everywhere. Somebody had been very badly assaulted in the park, exactly where I had the feeling. And I bet he was there. I bet he was waiting, and somehow I picked up on the danger of it. I don't know. But he ended up as one of Britain's big serial killers. Actually caught him eventually. Done his time, he's come out. But they can't. He's got, is it Andrew Longmire? Right, Jeffrey Bainbridge. But yeah, I never forgot that. Oh, so they got Bainbridge on a DNA test. I'm not sure if any of you got to see. I did I think it was a couple of weeks back, and it was I'm just gonna. I want a fag, and I'm not allowed to smoke on here, so I'm just gonna point you that one. Where my mum lives, there was last year there was a case, and it was called the heavy bag killer, right? And it was a guy from Poland who murdered his partner. He said they were friends, but they were partners. They lived together in the house. And he chopped him into like lots and lots of pieces. And he dumped them round about where I live, down where my mum lives, into Warkden, Eccles, so like similar area. And obviously they caught him on the bus. And they found one of his body parts right at the back of me mum's, right? Which doesn't, I know it's bad that, innit? It sounds really, really bad. But that's the third time it's happened since 1990. So in 1991, I'm at my mum's, Christmas Eve. I'm in caravan, they're in house, and all the lights come on the field, like massive lights. And I'm like, what the fucking hell's going on? And then I thought, oh, it's probably poachers or something. It's Christmas Eve. Someone out getting a rabbit or something like that. Or it's someone, because you can fish there as well. I thought it was probably just someone poaching. But next thing we hear, all like their sirens coming. And it turned out that they found a man's head and one leg on the field. And it was a big hue and cry. Obviously, they went round and knocked all the doors, and it's not very big where my mum lives. So like they put pictures of him, which was awful because he took photos of him as they found him, and they put him up in like the post office and in the little corner shop. And I don't answer political questions, so I'm not even going to do that one. Yeah, we're not even talking about anything political. Oh, Matt, thank you. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Oh. I've just purchased my new bed. So I'm going to treat myself for something for my new bed with that £10 per day. I'm dead excited about my new bed. Right, but, so we have that murder. That gets done, over and done with, right? And then, in 2006, it happened again. So in 2006, all the lights come on the field, and like my mum's on, thought, hey, there's something going on the field again. And it was a similar thing. They found a leg, an arm, and a head of a man in the same place. And then obviously in 2024 it happens again. So I don't know what's going on with that bit of the land, but that's where they sent John Dee to when he was like banished out of the court of Elizabeth. They sent him up there. So yeah, there's a whole murder mystery around it all. Best Saturday ever. Best Saturday ever. I'm having a fag myself, yeah. This is why, do you do TikTok, Andrew? This is why I do TikTok, because on TikTok I can come on scruffy, I can just like have a laugh. It does, loads of people come over, they have a smoke, or they have a coffee, or they have a, you know, a wine, or whatever it is they feel like having. And what I tend to do is, you know, like, yeah, I used to chase hoaxes all them years, and I've outed hoaxes. I go after people on TikTok who are conning people out of money. Or like continuously begging all day long, like all of the time for money. There's one that I follow called Jordan, and I out her quite often. And get on this, right, for everybody who's working and paying tax. For the last 5 years, every day, for 5 years straight, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, a birthday, the whole 9 yards, she comes onto TikTok and she asks people to give her £100 for nothing, $100 because she's American, and every single day she gets thank you, Harlan. Every single day she gets £100. Can you imagine that? So she gets up in the morning and she goes onto TikTok and she asks people to give her money, and people just hand her the money. And then the next, and she, as soon as she's got her 100, she goes, right, all right, bye. She's clearly got a habit, an intense habit. It's quite obvious to see. And that's clearly what she's after the money for. But she's one of those, you know, the really bad ones where she'll say, like, her grandma's really ill in hospice and she can't get to the hospice to see her grandmother. Or she's in a hotel room and she's not got enough money to pay for the hotel room. And every single day, she gets the money. £100 every day for 5 years. Now, isn't that, it's unbelievable, like, isn't it, that people actually do that? Is it Mr. UK TikTok official by any chance, Rob? Because I've been after him for quite some time now. Me and Mr. UK TikTok official have a bit of a history. So if you want to see me ridicule him on a daily basis, come over to TikTok, because that's what I do. He blocks that many people, doesn't he? So that nobody can tell him. The guy I'm talking about is a charity thief. He's got 15 arrests for some real dubious, really, really dubious. Oh, right, sorry, Robert. I had a witness who'd seen Sasquatch, and his name was Robert Lee, believe it or not. So I was kind of mixing you up with him. The first one I talked about is called Jordan Paul, and she is in Ohio, in America. Mr. UK TikTok is unfortunately our problem on our island. But there's a guy in America. Oh, crikey, it's all right. There's a guy in America, Robert, and his name's Tyver Bout. And I stumbled on him one night. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was in pain. I was up late, and I couldn't sleep. And I'm flicking through. Let me see if I can find him on here. As I'm flicking through, I come across this guy, right? And he's screaming at the camera. He's got no top on. He's as thin as a rake. He looks like he's just come out of an episode of Breaking Bad. And every time somebody wrote the word construction in his chat, he flipped out. He had a massive tantrum. So obviously I was instantly hooked. So I was like, oh, no, I need to know everything about this man. Like, so I starts watching, and he's a serial offender. He's on the run. Failed to register. Let me see if I can pull him up on TikTok. He's failed to register.
I've got bigger plans outside TikTok. You probably haven't heard. You should do your own thing. I'm opening the most...
Is he on? Oh, he's on. He's on. Do you want to see
But
him?
you guys don't study martial arts. Now do you?
Trigger warning. He gets a little bit tetchy. Tiny. You might notice that he's not in a very pleasant mood. Oh, do you mean Tim? Tyver got caught several years ago with underage girls, and he's failed to register. He's done 3 prison sentences. He's not on camera yet. I need to give you some context on Ty before I put him on. Right, you ready for this? You'll love it. If you've just tuned in for the first time ever, hold on tight, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Right, I'm not lying. Ty failed to register in his home state, so he's now living. Yes, he is exactly that. Not of the normal criminal element, as I can never say. Yeah, he's definitely that. Not on normal courtyard exercises. So, do you know the big Amityville house in the middle of nowhere? He lives in one of them, right? He's in the top. You ready?
It's all about choices.
Hold on tight, Joanne. Mark's making me bacon. He's on it now. Oh, I'll have to check him out, that Cryax. I'll put him on. He's not froze. This is what he does. So, he lives in a massive house, Joanne, and it's hoarded out. Every single room's hoarded out. He's in the attic upstairs, and downstairs in the basement, there's an elderly lady in her 80s. She's only got one leg. I'm not lying. 2 cataracts, and had 2. They are, aren't they, Paddy? And has 2 strokes or something. And in that house, it's hoarded. It's like an episode of Hoarders. And there are 18 cats. Yes, 1-8. 18 cats. Now, have you seen the film Sybil or Split? That's about people that have multiple personalities. Because Ty has multiple personalities, right? So you get this guy.
You're married, aren't you? What do you want?
This is friendly. This is him friendly.
That never comes over. Only goes out to my mother's. What? What do you want? That gives me such pain and heartache.
I don't want anything, Ty. I'm just sat here talking to my friends. Stop shouting at me. So, he will come on like this, or he'll come on, I'm not kidding, dressed as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He'll come on as a woman. He comes on as a full-on cowboy, hat, the whole 9 yards. He's also an Eagle Scout with a full-on uniform. And I kid you not, he's online 24/7 shouting at the camera, right? Now, people have worked out that there are certain trigger words that will kind of make him a bit more touchy. So if you say the word construction in his chat, he flips out. He absolutely flips out. He doesn't have YouTube, though. When he dresses as a woman, he cries all shouting at me again. He cries all the time, right? So he has like full makeup on, and he puts like a gypsy thing on, like I'd wear, like a scarf, and he cries.
Why? Because I've been mistreated.
He's been mistreated.
By my baby mama.
Oh no. Maybe phone Maury Povich. Am I okay to go off the cryptid subject and just be Deb for a bit? I can't do Debbie Gatswell today. I've just got to be Deb for a bit. And this is what Deb does. Please stop staring at me in that strange, disturbing manner. Hi, Dave. I'm just watching a nutter from America. But, yeah, when he dresses...
Come all the way to Fort Dallas. And do what? Get stood up again and again and again.
Now, he's not talking to anybody.
Look what I did last time on Thanksgiving. I got stood up at your house.
People just troll him all day long. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, you mean stop picking on him. He's an unfailed to register chomo. They are, aren't they, Dave? There's a few in there, isn't there? Am I, John? People keep telling me that on TikTok, you know, that I'm funny. Oh, well, Ty, I'd have a little cup of tea and go and have a lie down, son. Something I forgot to tell you, right? Is he like Cryaxes? That's what he's like. Right, so. Growing up, and I'm not lying, look at me face. He wanted to be an opera singer. But he can't sing. And that is the base of all of his troubles. Well, before he started touching children. But that is the base of all of his troubles, is that he wanted to be an opera singer and they wouldn't let him. Now, I wanted to be Mary Hopkins, but it didn't make me psychotic when I didn't turn into her age 7. But oh, he tickles me, he does. So people come on and wind him up because they know his background, right? What it's when he'll just suddenly disappear off screen and he'll come on as another personality. I'm not kidding. So if he puts Titanic on, it makes him cry. So to stop him from crying, he puts Taylor Swift on. He's a very complicated man. Very complicated man. But somehow, I don't know how he does it. Oh, there's my massive trainer collection. Please know that. Well, I think his family tree looks like a trunk, in all honesty, Robert. I think it's like a bonsai. If you mention his family, he'll snap. If you mention his brother or his baby mama or his mum and dad, he just loses it. So I don't think he's had it great growing up, I'm going to be honest. He does, Andrew, every time
I'm a caregiver for an elderly woman downstairs that's missing a leg.
Told you.
All right?
So you thought I was kidding about the one leg, didn't you?
But you don't care.
Oh, well, actually, I do. Ty, tell me all about it.
No one doesn't care about my job as a live-in caregiver 24/7.
But it's because you're not allowed to work anywhere there as children. That's why you got sacked from Dairy Queen, innit?
No one doesn't care. They don't care about my driver's license. They don't care about my vehicles.
Matt, do you care about Ty's driving licence? And if not, why not?
You guys don't care. Really?
I mean, I'm feeling a bit personally attacked here, to be honest.
Like a super guy, you're not going to find out what I drive.
You can't drive.
No. I drive a van, but still. Who cares what I drive? No one's going to visit me.
See, even Mark don't care what he drives, do you? No, Mark don't
I
care.
need my own money.
He's called, you'll have to go on YouTube, Andrew. Not YouTube, sorry, TikTok. I'll pull his addy up for you. You see there, it's Shaggy Rogers, but I don't know how to...
I'm no one to visit
That's his name on this one, Mark.
in real life.
How do I get his addy up? Hang on a sec.
I'm nobody get to know in real life.
Yeah, Shaggy Rogers is called, but you'll find him under Type About. Let me see if I can write it.
To have coffee with. Or to have pie.
That's exactly it, Joanne. I think that's what it is.
Or dinner or lunch or whatever you want to call
Because
it.
honestly, he's not supposed to be online. He's not supposed to have online access or anything. So honestly, I monitor him. There's a couple of times I've seen him when he's dressed himself up and he started talking about meeting girls online, and that worries me, and that's why I watch him. I don't watch him because I'm an honourable troll. I watch him because I have a friend that watches him 24/7, and he illegally got a job in Dairy Queen. He's not supposed to work around teenage girls, and he did. He got a job in Dairy Queen, so she was able to get hold of that Dairy Queen, and tell them. So it's not just trolling, it's like making people aware. So it's like this guy in England that he's not on yet. I'll show him here in a bit when he comes on. So like we've got this guy here. He is highly dangerous, right? This guy. You see him? Like you said earlier, it's the eyes, isn't it? So this guy encourages people
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
to fast for 14 to 21 days. He's currently on his 15th day living on water. So can you imagine how dangerous that is for anyone with a bad body issue to come across and see him. And he advocates just not eating at all, nothing. Don't take anything in other than water, and do that for as long as you can, which is highly dangerous, you know, especially if you're a young girl or a young lad and you're worried about your appearance or something like that. Taking advice from this guy is highly dangerous. So he's another one that I watch all of the time, because you will literally see him belittle people and say, you know, say somebody's got a really serious illness, he will wish it on them and say it's your own fault because you've not followed the diet. If you follow the diet that I've told you, then this wouldn't have happened to you. He's on 24/7, Joe. He never comes off. He's online 24/7. I've never seen him not online. There's not just me that watches him. There's quite a lot of people that watch him. He's just very, very strange. He's a really strange man. I don't know. That's it, innit, Paddy? When you see the face of them, I think that's what gets me. Let's be honest, they're all hosts, aren't they? That is exactly what they are. They're hosts. So for me, what I see is somebody that's kind of made a 40 deal. Give me fame and money every day, and, you know, I will serve you well. That's how it feels to me. So, yes, there's a guy that I'm chasing in England. He's called Mr. UK TikTok, and he's the same. Like, he will basically put a baby's charity on a poster, put a QR code on it, and say that the money that you donate via the QR code will go to the charity. And it doesn't. It goes straight into his bank. So Christmas Eve, he told, on TikTok, people gift you like they do on here. But they'll gift you anything from like a penny all the way up to like £500. And they can just send you gifts and money. And honestly, it's really helped me and Mark out while I've not been working. So he's over there getting people to send him money every day. He doesn't work. He's never worked. And like I say, he steals from charity. So on Christmas Eve, he told people that if they gifted him that day, that he would give every penny gifted to him, he would double it and give it to charity. So at the end of the day, people were asking him all afternoon, well, why can't we just, when you get paid off TikTok, if you donate £10, TikTok takes £7 of it, and you only get the 3. So realistically, people were saying to him, including myself, can't you just put the direct link up to the charity? And then we can donate there. That's a sensible thing to do. And they get all of the money then. They get the full £10. No. It's got to go through this TikTok. It's got to go through TikTok. So the next day, people were gifting him. They were sending him money. They would, you know, because he said it was for a baby's charity, the British Lung Foundation for Children. So I'm trying to looking it up, can't find it. So in my fake profile, I said to him, can you tell me what was wrong with the child? Because he's saying, oh, a child's been born and, you know, he's really struggling and we're trying to raise money for him and all of this, yeah. So they put the scan code up, exactly that, Robert. So I asked him, I said, what's wrong with the baby? And he said it was born with air in its lungs. And I was like, air? As in like oxygen or hair? And he was like, air. It had air in its lungs when it was born. So I was like, that's what's supposed to happen. No, you don't understand. I was like, well, explain it to me then. Well, when this baby was born, it had air in its lungs. So I'm thinking he's making this up as he goes along. So at the end of the day, a few people said to him, can you show us how much you raised in gifts? And it was like 400 and something. So we're all thinking, right, well, that's like £800 that's going to this kid's charity. Yeah, next day. Have you donated it? Yeah, I'm getting round to it. I've not done it yet. Day after. Did you donate that money? 5 days later, he says to us, no, I didn't donate it to that charity at all. There was a couple of single mums who messaged me and said they didn't have money, so I gave it to them. So obviously, big mouth here goes, can we see that? Can we see them messages? So he blocked me, which tells me that he's not given it to anyone. He's just kept it himself. So people keep getting hold of me then and saying, he's on the Bucks Fizz, as we would call it, the FET. He's on FET. He also lives in the house with his elderly father. And he's definitely on FET. He rages night and day. yeah? His brother is on meth. He's in the other bedroom. And they battle each other for money, right? I asked, I'm doing well, thank you. And they just, basically, they just rip the old guy off who lives in the house all the time. They won't give him an eater. All the way through winter, he had no eating. That's it, isn't it, Fauna? It's just so open to, like, fake accounts that want fake money for stuff. It's like, there's a guy, it's lovely to meet you if you're coming in for the first time. I've not been on YouTube for quite some time, so I just suddenly decided today that I was going to nip on for a bit and see if people would be all right with me doing the odd daytime live rather than doing a nighttime live, because it's really hard for me to do now. But yeah, when I went on TikTok, I was just doom scrolling like everybody else. So over there, nobody knows or nobody knew that I'm Debbie Hatswell on YouTube. So when I'm over there, they call me Barna Tinker Deb. So I do a lot of my traveller stuff over there and everything. And then I start notice, I'm thinking, these are the same beasts that I'm fighting for the paranormal. And they're just living hosts of anything that's going to feed on people and take what they can from them. So I found quite a few of them actually, and I'm like in the process of trying to get some of them removed off the app really. There's a guy called Tim, begs every day. Every day he gets money. And he tells people that he's living in a tent in the woods and he's absolutely piss poor. And somebody obviously who lives in the area kind of clocked the live stream and did a live themselves. It's just a tent in his garden. He's got a house, he's got everything. But every day he streams from a tent that he's got in a garden, telling people that he's homeless. And he's asking for, like, I don't know what Americans call Calagas. Like you'd run a trailer stove off, so like a bottle of gas. So every day he needs, propane, what we call propane. Every day he needs a bottle of that. Every day he needs money to get to go and try and find work and stuff like that. And it's just a con. He just sits there in his tent, and then obviously at the end of the stream he gets up and he goes back home and he spends the money that's been sent to him. And I've sat there some days and I've seen him get £500. Like £500 for literally just not doing anything. And you think, these people... What is my accent? I'm from the northwest of England, in Lancashire. So I'm on the west coast. I'm actually closer to Ireland than I am to London. I also get, are you Mrs. Merton's sister? No. Are you Lisa Stansfield? No, I'm not Lisa Stansfield. Are you out of Brassic? No, I'm not out of Brassic. Are you out of Shameless? No, I'm not out of Shameless. That's Kelly. My friend Kelly Hollis, she's the one who's out of Shameless and Emmerdale. People mix us up all the time. All the time. See, there you go, Fonda. Get it all popped up in your garden, right? And then you just go in, put your phone on in your tent and just go like, I'm so hungry, I've not got any food. I was like, get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job. They'll tell you the pet's sick. There was one on here. Anyone who's been with me for years and years, there was exactly that, Paddy. Exactly that. I can pin that. Exactly that. They are working for some negative being that's driving this need. Yeah? That's just driving this constant need for money all of the time. And it's like, oh, I have lots of them. I've got lots of tattoos. They're all, everything's to do with nature on my tattoos. So it's like earth, wind, fire, water. All of the above. Should I show you some, do you want to see some personal pictures? I never do this, because you've never been able to do this before on YouTube Live. I've always had to kind of, so I can even play videos apparently. So let's have a look. Let me have a see what I've got. I'll show you some personal photos from home. Right. Let me see. I'm going to go to the bottom so I can show you. Right. That's me when I was young and attractive. When I very first started out on YouTube. That is, believe it or not. That's me and Mark. So when you see the pictures of me with the horses and everything, that's where we are. So that land in the background there is Wales, and I'm stood in England. That's one of my best friends. You see the white horse there? That's Henry. Henry's 44-year-old. He's me and Henry. That's me. That's a family member's fair, and I was having a free ride. That's me when I'm all posh and I have to do me what do they call them? Headshots for like TV shows and stuff. What else have I got in here? I don't have a lot of images on my phone. Oh, there's when I worked. That's one of the times that I worked at Cannock Chase. That's as in Wales at the bottom of Snowdonia at Dog. Do you remember when I dressed up as Carol Baskins? When I did Carol Baskins for Halloween, I found that one the other day. So that was been my Tiger King era. That's my husband and my grandson. Granddaughter. That's my Layla. Me interviewing witnesses. That is, come to me in a minute, Paranormal Pendle Hill. And there was a time we were up on the moor and it was really, really dark. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning when we were filming this. We were dressed up as clowns this year for Halloween, right? So we're up there filming. Nobody's around anywhere. And Mark climbs over the wall, dressed like that. And from up above us on the moor, we heard, "What the fucking hell's that?" And it was the ranger from up top. He's come walking down there and all he can see is Mark climbing over that wall, dressed like that. There's me baby. Oh, you want to see the size of him now? He's that big now. He's not a baby anymore. He's massive. But yeah. Do you know, Joanne? When I went to Pendle Hill, it was a weird feeling. I expected to feel something. I really did. I did think that I'd get there and I'd feel stuff. And I thought it'd be bad and it'd feel off, and it didn't, to be honest. When we got there, and now I've been to Pendle Hill a million times, right? Don't get me wrong, and I've never had a bad feeling there. And the last time we went, we pulled up, and it was just car after car after car after car of people just sat in the cars. Just about a mile long line of people sat in their car on their phone. And you're thinking, let me see if I've got a picture that I can show you of it. So they just sit there in a line of cars, just looking out the window at it. They don't get up, they don't go and engage with it in any way. I can show you some images that I've taken when I've been up on the moor that'll show you how beautiful it is. Let me try and find one without an horse in. 1 minute. I'm horse mad, I can't help it. I think my brain's broke when it comes to horses. No, I don't want recents, I want all. I must have dumped them. Every day I have to go in my phone and get rid of a load of images. Yeah, there's one of it. That'll do us. Just put it on. So that's where we go. It's just a beautiful place to be. Like, we absolutely love being up there. When I come back on, I'll probably nip back on tomorrow afternoon if people don't mind. And I'll get some images ready. And I'll show you. Just give me 1 second while I just go out. And I'll be able to grab him off my profile. Just 1 sec. Now, it will look like I've disappeared. Or it should go like still. I've not froze. I'm just going into another file. Got them. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. We've had a bad time with Mark's mum passing away. And it's one of the reasons I've not been on, really. I've not been in a place where I could be. But yeah, let me show you some photos. Let's get me pictures on this. How do I do that? Right, there we go. So that's that same wall, Paddy, and the reservoir's just on the other side of that. Look at this. Oh, Mr. T's TikTok UK just went live. I'll be showing him here in a moment. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Joe. I am. I am so sorry to hear that. My heart and my thoughts go out to you and your family. It's such a sad time for you. That's really sad. When I go up later tonight, I'll do a little blessing for him. That's my favourite place to be. I like to ride there. I like to ride my horses there. But yeah, that green screen's good. I can do so much more now than I've ever been able to do on YouTube. It makes it much easier for me. There we go. It is. That's really, really sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. I think because it's a little one, it's hard because when somebody's old and you know that they're going to pass it, that's hard, isn't it? But a small baby or a young child, it took me a long time to get over Caelan passing. He was 15. When he had a terrible accident in the reservoir and we lost him 2022. And it's really, really hard, isn't it, when it's a young child? Like, I'm chubbing that there. It's not bad. I could see Birmingham, Paddy, at night, lit up. We could see Birmingham from where we are. And, like, I have to drive to it. It's like a 20-minute drive. But I'm lucky I'm in a town that's right on the edge of, like, the countryside. So within 10 minutes in the car, we're in the middle of nowhere. It's brilliant. I think that's why when we looked at so many homes all across the country, we looked at like Buxton, Glossop, North Wales, Penrith. There were so many places we went and we just didn't want to leave Winter Hill. You know, we were happy where we were. And obviously we both got elderly parents, haven't we? So there's that aspect to it as well, isn't there? Like, your elderly family. We don't want to be too far away from them. And Mark's mum's passing was a shock. It was very unexpected. We found out she was poorly, and within 3 weeks she'd gone. So it was an absolute shock to the system. She's the matriarch of the family as well. And I did a speech at a funeral. Probably the hardest speech I've ever done. And I didn't think I'd be able to do it, I'll be honest. When Mark's sisters asked me, I panicked. I was like, I don't think I can. And they were like, Debbie, you can. I was like, no, I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it. And then for days on end, I kept saying to Mark, I don't think I can. I don't think I've got the balls to stand up and like, do it. But I did. And I'm glad that I did. And it was a beautiful send-off. And some people might think that's weird, but it was like a celebration of her. And it was everybody in the church who just loved her. You know what I mean? It was a nice day. And that was quite helpful. And that was on the 5th of January. So, we were just talking, Ben, and we were just talking about loss, really, and why I've been offline. And we were talking about how hard it is, really, to kind of get back into your routine, isn't it, Joe? It's Shock, that is the best word for it. It's just, it's shock and it's trauma, and you have to process it, don't you, as a human being? You know, it's hard, and there's no time limit on it, and like there's no rule book, is there? You just got to feel it, you know. You're right, Paddy. You're right. It's just, it's really, really sad, isn't it? I think I don't like Christmas time, me. October, November. I lost my dad in November. I lost my grandmother in October. I lost my auntie in November. It's always an hard time for us, always. And it's always going to be an hard time for us. But then, oh, thank you, darling. Then there's the other way of looking at it, and we've got the kids, so you've got to do Christmas for the kids. Thanks, babe. So this year was the first year, really, that me and Mark didn't have a Sunday dinner, Christmas dinner. You don't mind me eating my sandwich. We saw the children in the week. I do. I'll show him you. And on Christmas Day, we went up Winter Hill. I'll show you some photos of that's when we were in the Snowdonia National Park. And that's our tent. That's him. He's called Roy. Hiya, Sarah. He weighs about 42, 43 kilo at the minute. He's a big 4 now. He's a big grown-up boy now. And lots of people know Roy on YouTube, because obviously when I got him, he was a tiny puppy. And he was delightful. Now he's bigger than a horse. Normally at my side when I'm working. He's still a puppy. He is. We had 2 rescues, Domino and Leroy. Leroy was 19 when he passed, and Domino was 16 when she passed. And we both said that we couldn't go through the heartbreak again. There's my little mates. We couldn't go through the heartbreak again of having a dog. And we did. We saw him, and that was it. And we got him. And like, he's a good dog. He's really good. He's well behaved. Ah, yeah. My husband brings me bacon sandwiches. He's also started making chocolate goods. So now he also brings me chocolates as well that he's made himself. It's amazing. But I have really missed you guys. I have. And like, I normally do a live stream at like 8 at night, don't I? And I just haven't got it. I'm so fatigued by that time. I'm kind of nodding off. But this is a nice time of the day to do one. I'm sorry if I'm eating. Oh, camera. All right. I shall make sure that I don't have one. I don't know what the rules are with that on YouTube. On TikTok, it's very strict. So I even get done if I have a bottle of water outside of me all the time, right? And even if I drink that, I get a ban for substances. And it's like, it's just a bottle of Aldi water. Oh, Paddy, so she found you. Is it a he or a she? That was like Deb Singleton. She had a really bad loss, and then the cat came to her. Which might be my Layla. Hello, my lovely.
I've been going on the sunbeds. Look how brown my belly is.
Oh, it's very brown. Put it down because I'm going to show you on camera. Look how gorgeous she is.
Well, sunbeds. Beautiful. It's stunning. Apart from, they just don't tan the way they just tan them.
Well, you have to go back to Vegas then.
The
Alternate them.
The LED light on my face. It's really nice, it's really good, but it's not giving me the burn I need.
Alternate them. Go that one time, Vegas the
Well,
other
I was
time.
at Vegas yesterday, and then I've gone thingy today, Kel's page, that's all.
Have you double dipped?
Double dipped, yeah. Double dipped. I just didn't tell Finger on the
I was saying, hello, lovely.
Yeah, hello! Hello!
This is my dolly. I'm on YouTube today, I'm not on TikTok today.
You're not on TikTok.
No.
How come you're not on TikTok?
Because I wanted to do a live stream on YouTube, and Mr. UK TikTok official is going to gate crash Jason Derulo's street performance in London. Or I don't know, Layla. It just, that's the rabbit hole I've gone down.
Right then. Right.
Go
Oh,
on.
have you seen to his TikTok?
I've not watched him.
He's made a TikTok account, and Jasmine's like threatening to leave him and that, and he's posting about it, and it's tight. It's so tight.
We need to go and kidnap that boy.
I know. I need to watch it. I need to watch it and carry on watching it.
She's so invested. She's so invested. Oh, he walks her home with style, Andrew. That's what I said to Mark. I said, Mark, it's time. You've got to walk your mum home now. You walk her home for less time. And Mark's brother, unfortunately, is quite poorly, so they stepped back and they let the grandsons. So some of the grandsons carried her, which was lovely to see. It was absolutely lovely to see. And it is, I'm so sorry. And I didn't mean to bring up any sadness for anybody, but I do believe that talking about it really, really helps. I do. I think it really helps. I think it's part of the healing process. And I think in the olden days we would have, like, a wake now is very different to a wake then, isn't it? You know? So we would sit down and we'd share stories and we'd think about them, and, you know, loss is something that's been with us from time. It's the very first human walked on the planet, unfortunately. But there's the other side to that. You can't love somebody for a lifetime and get over them in a week. It's impossible. There's no way any human being can do that. You know, it takes an awful lot of time, doesn't it? Can you believe it's going dark already? It's 10 to 3. I'm having a bacon sandwich, what my husband bought me. I don't normally eat on Lime. I'm so hungry. And I'm a diabetic, so I have to eat. Mark's in the front, seeing to the dog. Layla's just come in. Layla's my granddaughter, so she'll come and she'll let me do my hair, and she'll help me get dressed and stuff like that. But I'm fine today. Mark helped me. I struggle a lot with mobility. So he's around. I can hear him outside with the dog. He'll pop in and out. He'll say, like, do you want a drink? Do you need to go to the toilet or anything like that? Mark does everything that I used to do. So he does the cleaning, he does the laundry, he does all the things that I can't do anymore because of the accident. That's the proper Irish way, isn't it, John? That's what a wake meant. I can walk, I can get up and I can get about. But I had an accident in 2006. I had a really bad fall, and I shattered my right leg from about the calf down through my ankle and my foot. I damaged this arm and shoulder. So I've struggled from 2006. Used a wheelchair, got myself up to walking on a cane and everything. And unfortunately, in November of 2023, we had a car accident. So I damaged this shoulder. And some reason, I think it was the whiplash. It gave me really bad vertigo. I've had it about 18 months now. So sometimes when I stand up, everything kind of spins, like, really, really quickly. And it doesn't, looking at a screen doesn't help it, but I am starting to feel it ebb off now, thankfully. They're out there, I can hear them. Yeah. My husband's elusive, he's like Bigfoot, aren't you? Oh, I know Speak Hall. I've never done an investigation there, but I do know Speak Hall. Do I need money? I always need my bloody hell, yeah. I don't we all? I had to retire, so I used to do YouTube full time, and I used to do investigations and stuff like that. But unfortunately, due to illness, I've not been able to do it. So from about May, she's obsessed with the brown belly, isn't she, Andrew? So from about May, I've been retired, so I haven't been working at all. So you know, we've just had to cut our cloth accordingly, as you say. Right. All of my life, Andrew, Joanne will attest to this as well. If you're of the traveller descent or you're of an Irish descent, sometimes you have what's called the cast. So this filter is not really showing it, but I'm quite dark brown. So as a child growing up, they used to try and scrub me tan off me. Nuns, priests, teachers, my nana, everyone. And it's just a tan really easily. So I've got a bit of Basque in me, a bit of Spanish in me. You know, as most Irish people have. So it's funny now, because now I'm older, people say, oh, you've got a lovely colour. But when I was a kid, they were always trying to scrub the dirt off me. Yet the youngsters in our family are continuously on the sunbed. Yeah, I have a farm son. But they're continuously on the sunbed, getting themselves to go brown. So my belly is naturally brown, like it's really dark brown. And that she'll say, show me your belly. So I'll show my belly. She goes, oh, I'm not brown enough yet. My great, was he my great? No, yeah, my great uncle Nathan ran away from Manchester and fought the Spanish in the Revolution. Probably, I don't know, maybe 1930s, something like that. I'm always trying, my mum's the same. My nana's the same. I'll show you a picture of my mum and my nan. I don't know if you'll be able to see the tan on it, but I had to pull it up. We were doing family photos the other day. So they wanted a photo of me when I was little. And I was like, I've got some somewhere. I said, but they've all got caravans. So, let me see if I've got one. Yeah. So that's my mum. That was the year before she had me. She was 16 then. And that's my mum and my nan. And I obviously resemble my nan. I have the same colour hair. I have the same... Everyone says, oh, Jesus, you're the same as your nan. And that's me in my nan's arms. And that was the day I found out that there was something weird about us and like people didn't like you. And I couldn't understand why people didn't like us. I know I am. I couldn't understand why. We pulled up in Cornwall. I was about 6. And we're driving down to Cornwall from Lancashire, obviously. And back in the olden days, they didn't have, like, service stations or strip malls or any of that, did they? And we used to stop at a pub. So you'd stop at a pub and you'd go in and you'd have lunch and all that. And we gets out. And obviously by this time I can read. And there's a sign on the door. And so we go walking towards it, and then all of the adults turn around and come walking back, and I'm like, why can't we go in? And on the door it said, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs, no travellers. And I remember thinking, like, there was something wrong with us. And then obviously for their generation, to people to call you like you're a tinker, or, you know, your family are tinkers, your grandfather's a tinker, it was shameful to them. They saw it as really shameful, so they used to hide it all the time. My mum was petrified of people finding out. Absolutely petrified of people finding out a heritage. And that's so sad, isn't it? I just think that's so sad. And it's probably one of the reasons why I'm so proud of it. It was a common sign. You get it in shops, pubs, swimming baths. Some schools were awful. It was different in Ireland. When we were in Ireland, it was different because you just fitted in. Loads of people. That's what where that photo's from. Loads of people just lived on the side of the road in Ireland, and you'd either see them in a Vargo, or you'd see them in like that's a Vargo, yeah. Or you'd see them in like it's like a dome house, and they put loads of carpets on top of it. It's like a hoops house. And nobody questioned it at all, so it was just normal. But in England, you do everything you can to hide it. You make sure that nobody finds out that that's your heritage kind of thing. I don't know, I just never understood it. It was a generation that they grew up in, not the one that I grew up in. So when I did my DNA and I went into it, they always ask you what your traveller name is. What's your traveller name? Right, well, on my mum's side, it's Hughes and Shaw. And on my dad's side, it's Jones and Thompson. And they're all 4 really big traveller families. But as I go back through the generations, right, there's Boyle, Murphy, O'Donnell, Mulholland. There's so many names going back. On my nan's side, it's Romani. So they came from in a place called Mettendorf. That's between Germany and Yugoslavia, really now. But back then it was called Prussia. So when they came over here, they came when the pogroms were on, and they came with it. So it's Romani on my grand's side and Irish traveller, and on my dad's side, it's Irish traveller and Welsh. My dad's half Welsh. And then obviously, when you do your DNA, it gives it in a list on it, and then I'm at the bottom, I'm Basque, and I was like, oh wow, why am I Basque? Where's that come from? So when I did the DNA, that's from my nana's side. You need a pair of knickers. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. And I think I say it quite often. It doesn't matter where you're born. It's a lottery where you're born. And whatever family you're born into, that's a lottery as well. You don't get to choose that. Any of us, we don't get to choose that, do we? And it's just, I've met awful people who are rich, middle class, working class, travellers, not travellers, gorgeous, non-gorgeous. In every society, in every culture, in humanity, there are awful people and there are really nice people. And that's it. So you can sit with the king and he might be the most awful person in the world. And you might sit with the poorest man in the world and he's the kindest person. So that's what should matter. You got Collins. Yeah, I've got a Collins. You would be amazed, right? I want to say this because it's to shock a few people. But if you did the DNA of everybody in the UK, I guarantee you there's a traveller family at least in one of your lines. The Irish are very good. They spread out like sheep. And we're really, really good at having large families. My nan was one of 13. And my dad's mum was one of 11. So they've all come from really big families. Mum's family are from County Louth, County Meath area, like Drumconra, Tregeeder, Clogherhead. And dad's side are from Tuam, on the other side, so on the west coast, Tuam, County Mayo. And then I've got some Wexford as well. If you've got the name McCann in you, that means of the wolf. So in early English, early Scottish, Mac meant the man who walks by the wolf. So if you're into like cryptids and werewolf stories and ghost stories, that kind of comes into it with the Scottish history. But yeah, that's where the word Mac comes from. It's an old word for wolf. And we did have wolves back in the UK at one point, so, you know. Was she one of 13? Wow, Joe. Don't get me wrong, growing up we were poor, right? We were poor. But we didn't know we were poor. I didn't realise, like, and we weren't poor forever. Do you get what I mean? My mum and dad were teenagers when they had me. They were like 16 and 17. My granddad come back from the war, started work as a scrap man. He was been 27. Got his own car, started up himself, ended up as a millionaire. We had horses, chickens, pigs, goats, so many breeds of dogs, couldn't tell you. Ducks, geese, pigeons. We had a massive pond. We liked fishing and stuff. But we had all of the stuff. We just didn't have a massive amount of money, if you get what I mean. My mum and dad were really hard-working people. Like, my mum and my dad worked 3 jobs apiece. Me and my sisters were found employment around about the age of 13 or 14, and you helped, and that's what we did. We mended, we made do, we made money last. Yeah, and I guarantee you, it was not stressful like it is for people now, trying to get the big house, the big car, this, that. Yeah, it comes from the canine, the word Mac. It can mean son of, but if you go all the way back into early English, it means by the wolf. There are other places in the UK that are named for wolves, Wolverhampton, even Biddulph in Staffordshire. Biddulph means by the wolf. Bid-ulf. Yeah. And you got to remember that the UK is made up of so many different languages over time. Because we've invaded so many times. Yeah. Right, so Mark's from a family of 5. My mum has... I've got one sister with my mum, but I've got another sister from my dad's first marriage. My dad was married at 16. I mean, they marry you young, don't they? And my mum was determined that wasn't going to happen to us. She wasn't having it. She wanted us to be educated and choose. And we did. One of 5. I always wanted a lot of kids. I wanted to have a lot of kids, but there's a gene in my family. My mum lost the boys that she carried, and I lost the boy that I carried, and it's something to do with our DNA where it attacks the own antibodies if it's a male. So Zane's a bit of a miracle baby in our family. There aren't males born. On my dad's side, loads of them. Yeah, but not on my mum. I didn't meet Mark till in a romantic way till I was in my 30s, but I've known him. And I've known his family forever because we went to the same primary school and we lived in the same area. And when I was doing my DNA, anyone who tunes in regular will know that people kind of troll me because they do. So I goes over to, like, I'm on here and people start saying, oh, she's married to a cousin. It's a cousin. She's married a cousin. And then that turned into that I'd married my brother and that Mark was my stepbrother and all that. 6 generations back in Ireland, my ancestors were called Boyle and they lived in Chulm. And Mark's ancestors were called Flynn and they lived in the village of Chulm. They lived 3 doors away from each other. So we're like 7th cousins, 8th cousins, something like that, like 8 generations back. Now we'd have been on one side of the family, he'd have been on the other. Yeah. But Mark says we were always meant to be together, that's why. And I like that one much better. When I left here, Andrew, and I went over to TikTok, the trolls followed me. Oh, it was just like, and I remember saying, imagine that, like, imagine that your life is following me around, trolling me for stuff I haven't done, that you've just heard in gossip, and I haven't thought about you in years, which was completely honest. Sarah, that was my problem. So there's 8 years between me and my sister. There's 9 years between my 2 girls and my eldest daughter. So between Layla and Zane, there's 11. So there's quite a big gap between each of them. And like we used to have a joke in family and say a baby's born every 10 years in our family. So did you have to, when you got pregnant, did you have to have that jab in your leg when you gave birth? They are fond on. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They were saying I'd stole money off people. I was a charity scammer. I've never asked anybody for money for charity, ever. That I print out fake £20 notes. Madness. And I'm married to my brother, which is highly illegal in the UK anyway. I don't have a brother. That's it, innit? That's it, that rhesus blood thing. That's it, that's what we have. Yeah. But the same thing, Sarah, isn't it? My dad had weird blood, so him and one of his uncles had it. And he used to take my Uncle Sam in hospital every now and again, and it completely changed the blood in his body. Because his own antibodies would attack his organs and everything. So it was like his blood was foreign to him, if you get what I mean. And my dad had the same thing. Is that what it is? Is it the Basque? Ah. Aye, pikey nature. When people say that as an insult, pikey just means that I am a pikey. I'm not a full breed. I'm not Diddy Coy, am I? So I am a pikey. So when people throw it at me, because my family settled 4 generations ago, went into houses and settled. We've always had vans, and we've still always travelled, but they settled, lived in homes, you know, stayed in one area. My family's been in Salford since 1920s. So far removed. Far removed. I'm not Diddy Coy. I'm not like what you class as full blood and pure. I didn't know that, Robert. I really didn't know that. I am. That's what I am. Exactly that, Joanne. Exactly that. But for me, I'm just Debbie. Yeah, I'm just Debbie Crossley. Like, I'm not Deborah Hatswell. That's my job. That's when I'm tuned in. That's when I'm doing my psychic stuff. But this, just talking like this, I'm just Debbie Crossley. I'm just me. I'm just a girl who grew up in Salford and had a bit of an hard upbringing. But I would also say that everything I went through as a kid. Hello, Jojo, darling. Everything I went through as a kid, and all of the learning to box and the boy stuff I did, like whereas my sisters wouldn't do it, I did it. It put me in good standing, I think, for now. Like all the names he used to call me and everything, it doesn't bother me now because it didn't bother me when I was a kid, so it didn't bother me now because I was so far away from that tinker label that when people were like, his family's a tinker, I just didn't even know what it meant. I went to the same school. It wasn't like we went from camp to camp and I changed schools all the time. I had a normal upbringing like everybody else. Yeah. My parents lived in a flat. We went to school. But Friday tea, hail, rain or snow, my dad would be off. We'd be in that van and we'd be off somewhere. And we'd do that all weekend. And then we once pissed off to Ireland and just didn't come back for a long time. It's for me. Hiya, Glasser. How are you doing? Oh, it's lovely to see you. I've been really down. Glassy messaged me because he feels you can feel when I'm off, and you said it yourself, didn't you? That dark presence. I couldn't fight it. I couldn't fight it. So it's like I had to walk away and just not do anything. I mean, you've done the same, haven't you? I just couldn't do anything, cryptid or paranormal. I had to just walk away for sanity reasons, really. And today's the first time I've been back on, and I did it on a whim. I was just like, I feel like it today. And no, Glassin, I've seen your email, I have seen it. It's just with Mark's mum passing away and the way things have been. Honestly, my head's been in my knees a lot. A lot. And like, honestly, got money worries and all of that goes on with not working and all of the normal stuff that everybody has to deal with. I'm not after the sympathy about here. But I do feel like I'm ready to dip my toe back in. And these kind of live streams where it's in the daytime are much easier for me because I'm not as tired at night with the fatigue now. I get really tired. I do. I get really tired. And I tend to find that I chase a lot of people on TikTok. So I'll go after like wrongins on TikTok and I'll get hoaxes took down, or, you know, people who are into kids and stuff like that. We get those channels took down. Like I worked on the Kabbalah case for the last 6 months, which is a cult made up of a man and a woman. One here is a British citizen from Zimbabwe, and the guy's here illegally. I'm just going to flick my screen just so I can have a flag. But the guy's here, there's Annabelle in the corner over there. And they make up this cult, and they start bringing girls in from America, young girls, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. 8 children, 9 children in care because of them. They've both been jailed for cruelty to children. And the last girl that they brought over came over with her own child. This happened last year, around about March last year. And she was warned, she was only 20, she was warned that if she took the baby around them, that it would be removed. Now, you think, she's only a tourist, she's come over on a tourist visa. Baby's gone into care, she's now claiming asylum, which is wrong. Our government's put her up. I don't think anybody, the precedent has never been before that a person can come here as a tourist, abandon a child, and then ask for residency, and that's exactly what she's done, which is appalling. Especially in today's climate, it's appalling. So I've been working on that a lot. Yes, that's him, the African king. So the king, as he calls himself, is a guy from Ghana, and he was brought over here by a woman called Jean Gasho, and she's the queen. She's about 6-7 years older than him. She's the real problem, Rob, right? She came here from Zimbabwe, but even when she was in Zimbabwe, she was accused by several younger family members of the things that were going on. Her father was into polygamy, and they call them housemaidens. So they'll bring in as many young girls in as they can. So she's got it into her head that she had 7 children removed from her for cruelty because of the stuff that she put them through. And she's had so much money off the British taxpayer, I can't tell you. And she finds herself homeless again for the 5th time. And they get this girl called Aaliyah Johnson to come over from America. And she comes over and joins them. Around about 2020, I've not got my images on my file, so I can't show them you. But she comes to the UK around about 2020, 2021. She's here for some time, about 6 months. Unfortunately, she realises that it's basically, just a setup for slavery. How can I put it? He used to work as a PIMP. And she has sold herself many occasions. So they were bringing young girls in. And using them so that elderly gentlemen could pay them lots of money. And poor Aaliyah goes back home to America, and he dies in suspicious circumstances. When they do the autopsy, they tell the family, Aaron, thank you so much. They tell the family that she's had a baby recently. So she'd given birth. In the meantime, the woman in the the cult, her name's Jean Gasho, the one from Zimbabwe. She's also got a missing baby. She's had a pregnancy. They forced her to go to, what do you call it? They take her to hospital to do a scan. Can't find the baby. So there's 2 babies missing. Nobody knows where they are. And then she gets another young girl to come from Texas, a girl called Corey Taylor. Started talking to her in 2020 when she was 17. Bring her over here last year, and she's got a 1-year-old baby. And that baby's the one that's in care now. They were in Scotland, in Jedburgh, on private land. So they were evicted by the court. They just crossed over onto another land. And they have kind of, since then, they've been moved and they've all been split up. He's in detention, supposedly going back to Ghana. But the young girl, the one who's come here with the baby, she's asking for asylum. Which means that anybody then can come to our country. Can you imagine this, Joe? You don't have to come as an illegal. You can come here on a tourist visa. So you can book to fly here from America, not from a war-torn country, not as a fleeing for safety. You come here to join a cult, a dangerous cult that's been imprisoned. And our government go, rather than pick her up on the day that they were evicted and say to her, right, back on the plane, lady, home you go. No. She's in free housing, free accommodation. Yeah, you can ask me anything. Ask me anything, I'll answer it. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. And she's applied for full citizenship, and Joe, which is just anyone now can step off a plane and just say, right, I want to stay here, which is unbelievable. What's the craziest one of a Nepalese temple bar when I was about 22. I lost a whole day. I lost a whole day. I got to tell you, I was never an angel growing up, so don't you know. No, it wasn't in Nepal. It was in Manchester, in a club, in a notorious area of Manchester called Moss Side. And there used to be a club up there called Thunderdome, and it was amazing. It was an underground club. So they did, believe it or not, a lot of Detroit mixes back in the day. So we get some really, like a kind of mix of grunge and early R&B, early hip-hop. Fantastic club, absolutely belting, right? It was £1 to get in, and you could stay all night till 5 in the morning. So I had it there. And then I used to do the rave scene as a young girl. I was into me raving. I didn't mind a bit of E. Right, I like to dance. I've never been into anything stupid. It's always been party stuff for me. I've got to be honest. Don't mind a smoke. I have strong views on it, and I think it's the wrong precedent to set, isn't it, Andrew? I think because she's a tourist, it should have been an outright no. You don't get to come to our country, give us your baby to bring up. Now think on, Jean came here from Zimbabwe, had 7 children that the UK taxpayer are paying for because they were all taken off her and put her into care. And it's just a absolute snake's nest. So how are they going to unravel it all and make it right? I have no idea whatsoever. But in the current climate, it is completely the wrong thing for our country to do. In the girls' safety, what I will never understand is, right, Joe, look at this, right, Joe? So your Amber goes abroad on holiday. And while she's abroad on holiday, they come to her and they say, look, this couple that you're knocking about with are dangerous. They're not allowed to be around children. It's part of their bail conditions. Would it be better for that country to say, we think you and the baby should leave and go back to where you come from for your safety? Here's your plane ticket. We're not suggesting it. We're telling you, you're going home for your own safety. Or would you prefer that they went, oh, right, okay, well, we'll take the baby off you, even though she's only 9 months old. And you can just go off with this we know that they groom you from being 16, 17, but you're an adult now, so you just go and do what you want to do. Our country should have not taken that baby and put it into care. They should have put them both back on a plane and sent them home. Because now, whether she stays or not, Joe, that baby's going to remain in care. Because she went into care at 9 months old. She'll be 2 this year, June, July. So she's been in our care system longer than she's been with her own mother. That baby's not going home, is she, Jojo? That baby's not going home. So she's basically come here, dumped a kid, and gone and joined a cult, a couple of homeless people who live in the woods, in a polygamous marriage, which is absolute nonsense, isn't it? Yeah, it does, Robert. It does. It happens in every country, doesn't it, unfortunately? Her mum, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's these people, TikTokers, and everybody's tried helping. Her mum's in Texas, got other people that she needs to see to. She works full time. So it's not like she can just jump on a plane and come over here. She's still got to work. She's still got bills to pay. So they try liaising with our government. Basically, the mum's saying, that's my granddaughter. That's my granddaughter that's in care. My daughter's ill. She was ill when she was over here. She won't take her medication. And that's one of the reasons, I believe. And I think she's been groomed by this cult since lockdown. And the first opportunity she's had to come to England, that's what she's done. They said to her, she's 21. She's a grown-up. She can do what she wants. That's the honest truth. So people are slagging her mother from Milton Barnes, saying, why has she not come over here? Why has she not got that baby? Why has she not done that? Yeah, because our government, immigration, the police and social services said to her, she's a grown woman, she can do what she wants. So how does that help in any way, shape or form? Doesn't help anyone, does it? So they should have stepped in at that point for her own safety. Because you can prove that she was medically ill in America. We're not talking about some poor girl off the street. She's got a law degree. She qualified as a lawyer. But they've got into her head so much now, because that's what they do, don't they, cults? They separate you from your loved ones. They separate you from people that, you know, you're close to. And then they clearly got her when she's been very low. And that's the situation that we've got now. So it all started in England, probably May of last year, and we're about to go into February, and it's still all pie in the sky. It's not been sorted. Nobody knows what's happening. He's still sat in detention. It's absolute madness, right? And I tell you how it gets worse. They've always begged online for money, always. There's one set of beggars that beg online for money. So constantly, every day, they ask for money. We've not done as many live streams because we've really taken them down. Yeah, like really, really taking them down. So they're not doing them as much. But he's sat in detention centre. Get this. He's in detention centre. And he phones them. And they go on a live stream and TikTok. And people send him money. While he tells you that any child that you have is doomed because you're not a member of this cult. There's fear tactics that he puts into people to get them to send money is absolutely frightening. And he says that if they come over here from another country, now get this, they're homeless. If you come over here from another country to join, it's called Kubala. If you come here to join Kubala, right, then what will happen is, you know, we have a full functioning school, we have a town hall, we have a farm, we have houses for you to live in. Hi, and you'll never have to work again for the rest of your life because we'll just give you money. It's all pie in the sky. It is all about getting them here. And very well, thank you. It's about getting them here and then making those girls work for that money. I don't do lap dances. I used to do them. Well, not really lap dances. I never did that. But I used to dance in clubs until I was about 26, 27. I was a good-looking girl back then. I had a good figure on me back then. But yeah, that's. I've not done that for a very long time. I'm a very happily married woman. I've been married for over 2 decades. 22 years I've been with my husband. But yeah, he's a very lucky man, as people tell him. He don't think so. He thinks I never show up. I'm only kidding. Yeah, I'm only kidding. So yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind 12 months for me, I'm going to be honest. I've been offered a couple of new TV shows and I've knocked them back. I don't want to do them. I've been offered a couple of like conferences and just said, no, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to do it. Was you on club scene for 20 years? I've never been an angel. I've never said I was an angel. Never have. Everything I do hard. I played hard. I loved hard. I lost hard. Yeah. My dad told me when he was passing away that he had no regrets about anything he'd done, but he did have regrets about the things that he hadn't done. And that always stayed with me, you know. And when I go, there'll be a lot of people, there'll be a lot of stories to tell about me, let's put it that way. But I do feel like I've spent... Was you, Joe? I didn't know that. I never knew that. Not big enough to be a bouncer. I'm scrappy. I've always been scrappy, don't get me wrong, but I'm only 5'2", aren't I? And I was normally the one sneaking stuff in for people. You'd be amazed what I used to be able to hide between them back in the day. Yeah, I've had bottles of vodka down there and everything and got in past people. I used to put my hair up, put it in my hair and put my hair up dead big. And that's what my hair were up there, take it in my hair. You'd be amazed. You'd be absolutely amazed. I didn't know that, Joe. I knew your ex, because one of your ex-partners was security, wasn't it? And that's why you had the security dogs and everything. So I did know that. But I didn't know you were. But you're scrappy. It doesn't surprise me at all, that. Doesn't surprise me at all. I'm just going to check on TikTok because I think one of the guys that I was telling you about earlier, I think he's come online. This is the guy I don't like. You ready? I'm just going to leave you there for a second while my husband gets... Mark! I need the loo. This robs money off children's charities, him, Joe. I'll tell you all about him in a minute when I get back. Can you help me get to the loo? That's fine there. Just... Will you bring me a drink, please? I'm glad I did it. So this guy, 47-year-old man, steals from children's charities, homeless charities. He most definitely has not. So he's an elderly father. Now, he says that he dances and sings outside. He doesn't. He just sings the odd word like a toddler in the shower. So what he will do is, he will force people to send him money. And if they don't send him money, he will threaten. Do you remember UK Dogman Joe? The way that he would bait and say, I'll do this, I'll do that, and it'll be your fault if I do it. Well, that's what this guy does. So there's a lot of children gifting him, a lot of vulnerable people gifting him. And I've seen him often say, you haven't sent me a gift this week. And they'll be like, well, I don't get me benefits till Friday. And he'd be like, right, well, you need to send me some money on Friday then. And he will literally bait them into sending money. He's an awful man. Absolutely awful man. He's been on TikTok for 5 years now. He's never declared a penny of his earnings. So that's his terrible internet, not mine. So last year, I was able to prove he earned £47,000. £47,000 in his hand that he didn't declare to the Universal Credit or the tax man, and he's on full benefits. He lives with his elderly father, who's in his 70s. His father's room is full of damp. There's a damp, mouldy bed that his dad sleeps in. It's awful, absolutely awful. And he rules the household. His dad's not allowed to come downstairs for a cup of tea. He's not allowed to come downstairs and make himself some food. He's not allowed to come downstairs and use the front room. This guy just continuously, all day long, just picks on him over and over and over and over. Oh, he's awful. He's an awful, awful man. Exactly that, Robert. Exactly like that. He's full of amphet all of the time. That's what he does. He puts it in his orange juice. So you see him drinking orange juice continuously. He has a brother who has a very severe ice habit, a really severe ice habit, who really should not be on social media at all. I'll show you some video in a minute when I finish talking. And his brother, because nobody will on TikTok, you battle, and that's how they make their money. And because nobody will battle him, because he's so well known and so bad, he stole from all charities, babies charities. He's got 15 arrests for various things, from deception right the way through to SA assault. Hi, Batman, Batmom. Right the way through to SA assault. One's still pending. So he forces his brother online. His brother's in no fit state to be online, and you'll see from the video when I play it in a minute, absolutely no fit state to be in line. And I'd much rather go after this guy than any demonic being, because he needs stopping. He really needs stopping. He's forced his brother online so much that his brother's now back on a serious habit, and he's in a state where he should not be online at all, and he's making him do it. He's forcing him to do it so that he can take the money. Thank you, darling. So I'm going to show you a couple of videos of him now. So I'm not going after him because I'm a crazy stalker. And I'm not going after him because I'm being mean or I'm being a bullet or any of those things. There was an old man in that property in a damp bed, in a damp bedroom, over the worst weather we've had in a long time. No heating on in the house. He won't pay to put heating on. But he'll stand there in the middle of central London and sing songs badly while his dad's at home freezing. So it got so bad, people started commenting and saying, like, you need to do something about your dad. It's not fair. Now, think on, they're in a free house. The government's paying for house. He's not even down as living there. Like I say, he's made £50,000 on TikTok, not even told the government about it. Gets full benefits, free house, free UC, the whole 9 yards. Because he's too anxious to even do a phone call. He's so anxious that he can't plan a journey by himself or go out in public without a chaperone. So does this look to you like a man who can't go out in public without a chaperone? Doesn't seem very anxious to me, does it you? If you have a serial illness, he will tell you it's your own fault. If he told one woman it was her own fault that a child had gone, that was her fault. He's horrible, absolutely horrible, but it's not just that, he's dangerous. He's a dangerous man. So yeah, during winter when people pulled him up on it, he phoned the landlord. And the landlord, let me look at you while I'm talking, I feel dead ignorant. The landlord gave them 2 heaters, electric heaters. Him and his brother took the heaters and didn't give them to his dad. So there was one, what he does is, people have, in the 70s, not all of them are okay with being on social media, and his dad very much is not okay with being on social media. So if Kevin's in the kitchen recording, his dad can't go in and make a meal. His dad can't go in and make a brew or make a, you know, a coffee or make a sandwich or get something to eat. He's not allowed to go in there. He has to wait till Kevin's finished. He never feeds his father. He'll order food in for himself all day long, 3-4 deliveries a day, but he won't ask his dad if he wants to. I've never heard him say, Dad, do you want a brew? Dad, do you want something to eat? Dad, I'm cooking, would you like some of it? So people, like I say, pulled him up on it. He took the eaters, and one day he went into his dad. What he'll do is, if he hasn't got anything that are driving his figures up, he'll go in and annoy his dad. So his dad will get angry and shout, because then people will tune in and watch his stuff. It's awful. He's like literally baits the bear all the time. So his dad said to him, I want my thing back. And he's like, what thing? And he went, me eater. And he was like, no, I need it. That's what he said. No, I need it. I'll have to buy you one. But I've got to go out now. So he's leaving out. He's going to central London. So he could, here's what he could do. Go to central London, buy his own eater, because he's a fully grown man, 47, earned 50 grand last year, and give his dad the one he wanted. Or he could do this, and this is what he did. He ordered 1 baked potato and 1 packet of crisps on a delivery for £18. That'd have bought him an eater, wouldn't it? Paid for an Uber and then a Subway to go into Leicester Square and dance and sing like that on top of a green box for 40 minutes. Then paid the Subway back, paid the Uber back, walked in the house and got a full-on delivery for 20 quid. Had a lettuce delivered, get this, £15. 1 lettuce, 1 iceberg lettuce, £15. And he can't put the eater in his dad's house. You know, that's the type of person that we're dealing with. And that's just a very small portion of what he is. He said, he asked people to donate to a charity, a lung charity on Christmas Eve, and people did. They donated a lot. He kept the money. He didn't give it to the charity. He put a poster up next to him dancing, and it had a baby on it that was really, really poorly. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing, Andrew. Believe me, I've done so much. I have done so much. And people have been on him for 5 years, and they've done a massive amount, far more than me. But what I do is I do the best that I can, and I've got a little team over there. I think the police are just about to turn up to move him, because this happens a lot. What he'll do is, if nobody's... Yeah, the police are here. Here's the gabbers. That's what he is, a scammer. He is. This guy's telling the truth. This is batted up. He's telling the truth. He is a scammer. Here we go. Bit of drama for you. So you ready? Oh, believe me, Glassy has been. He's from Finchley. He wants to go and crash a party. I bet it does, Sarah. He wants to crash a party where Jason Derulo is that he's not been invited to. He's had them clothes on a month. It is, Joanne. We've got social services involved. We've got the management safety team involved. The landlord's involved. Every time they come to the door, every time the police come to the door, he won't let them in. He won't let them do a welfare check. If he doesn't get any views in a day, he'll phone the gas board to come out, the electric board, an ambulance, a fire brigade, the police, anything to turn up to the house to draw attention to him so people come onto his channel. Right? That's what he does.
Was you planning on doing something? It wasn't, was you? Because it would be a very bad idea.
So now people follow him all across the country and do what this guy's doing. Don't give him any money, he's a scammer. You see the lads? Because he's done awful things. This happens to him all of the time now. And honestly, he deserves it, every bit of it. Does anyone know Lord Rob? He does, he'll show you the demonstrations and he walks around and he just shows you the bad illegal immigration and stuff. Lord Rob went and got him the other day.
Yeah. Jason Derulo's on London Bridge. Is he? Yeah.
But you're not invited and you're not allowed to go.
That's what I'm here, mate.
I could tell you so much about him. I could tell you so much about him.
And you, mate, what's your name?
And honestly, sometimes watching him, it's funny because people really will give it him.
They do something. I wouldn't recommend it because there's lots of police.
But I guarantee you, in the next 5 minutes, you will develop a dislike for him. You can feel it coming off him, can't you?
Is Jason Derulo? Yeah. Is Jason Derulo there? Yeah, that's what I want.
47-year-old, this man.
That's all I want to know, mate. I won't be playing my music. I'm not going to do that. That's taking a piss. I just want to meet him. I hope I get to meet him, mate. Oh, no, you need to just piss off. They said if you come near him again, they're going to arrest you. You need to go away. They said if
We
you come
can't
near him
find
again, they're
anything
gonna
on
arrest
that lady, Sarah. We've really tried and the case has been closed now.
you. Oh, you are an idiot, mate.
Right, man with a pan.
Stop being stupid. Bruv, do you want to be something on social media being known as the local joke?
I just want to not talk while this bit's on.
Good. We're going to meet Jason Derulo, mate. You need to shut up.
He's ripped this guy off for money. That's why the guy's following him.
I'm not playing that. That'll take a piss. But we're going to meet him.
Right, let's go, guys. Let's go.
We're going to meet Jason Derulo, bruv. Oh, yeah.
He will literally now go and force himself into an event that he's been told not to attend to. He's had voicemail notes and everything telling him he is not allowed to pretend to attend the event and he's going to go.
SAS, mate.
He's 47, got 15 arrests from everything from deception, from charities, people, children's charities, right the way through to an SA. He has historical social services reports, so he's not allowed around certain young members of his family. He is incredibly abusive to his father. He lives in Strawberry Vale in Finchley. He will advertise that he's buying tents for a charity and people will send him money for the tents. He shows them the tents when they've been ordered and they come, and then he sends them back, gets a refund on Amazon and keeps the money. He's done it. He's done it in Cornwall, London, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, anywhere he can go to con somebody, right? That's what he does, to get money out of them. And he will literally bait his subscribers into sending him money. I agree, Sarah, I think you're right. He does, Joe. He really boils mine, and that's why I'm on him all the time. But on TikTok, I can sit there and rip the shit out of him. So I can just be me and go like, you are a bone idol, and I just go on at him, yeah?
So he has a main guy that looks after him right on the football pitch. Oh, when he comes to London, he needs a team. He does all
He told people 2 weeks ago that he was fighting in a boxing match. So people went out of the way. Every day he came on, told you all about the boxing, where he was up to, what was going to happen. People booked in hotels, bought tickets. 2 minutes before it was about to go ahead, he come on a live stream and said, I've made it all up. Hardies, it's your own fault. Not give anyone a penny back. But what concerns me is the stuff that goes on in the home. The way he treats his father is appalling, because he will go home now because his plans have been ruined. He owes Batty Dab money. So Batty Dab said, the next time you're in my area, I'm going to follow you until you give me that money back. So what Kevin will do now is, he'll either try and befriend him and say, oh, I'll give it you in a bit, or he'll walk straight to police. That's what he normally does. He walks up to police and he says, this person's trying to get me and all of that. If you have a favourite song, I'm telling you now, he'll ruin it. I'm not lying, he will ruin it. Yeah? He's one of the most hated men on TikTok. So another thing that he'll do is he will message underage content makers and say, oh, do you want to come into the studio and record? So the other week, they actually got him back. A number of young lads that he's been weird with invited him down to the recording studio to record in Milton Keynes. And when he got there was a few of them in there. And like, they made him sing a song about being a pedo and saying he was like Mason, what's the footballer called? Mason, what's it, who got done for a 15-year-old. They made him sing a song about him. He phones the police constantly, every day. No, you're right, Sarah. Every day, he phones the police about something. He phones the police on me all the time, right? He phones the police about me. He'll do live streams and say, I want her name. He's doxed me, give out my full name and address, where I live. I just laugh at him. I just think he's really funny. Because at some point, he's got to come to Manchester. And when he comes to Manchester, I'm having him. And I'm going to go live when I do it. And I'm being serious. Because the amount of stuff he said about me, which is bad, I don't care about. But now they've made a very fatal mistake. They've gone after Mark. And as you know, nobody goes after Mark. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm working with a team of people now. And like I say, we're new to the case. These people have been on it for years and years and years. The stuff that he just to his father is appalling. Appalling. So, like, he knows that social services are coming in. So, he suddenly decides he's going to start painting, right? And you know what old people are like about the surroundings and things changing and all that. He'd never painted in his life, so he doesn't do it properly. He gets a bucket of paint and throws it at the walls. So it goes all over the carpets downstairs, all through the front room, all through the hallway, into the kitchen floor, into the downstairs loo. He drags paint up the stairs. For laughs, so people will tune in. And he's fucking left his dad with all that and come out dancing.
Bloody hell! You actually rang someone.
He's telling you he's going to go straight. So he's going to try and find an officer now. No, he is, Joanne, you're right. He's a host, and he admitted that one night he invited it in. And he says ever since then his head burns. He'll say, like, he said one night he let it in. He asked for it to come in so he could be famous. And his head burns. Hiya, Linda. His head burns all the time like this. So if you watch him at 8 o'clock tonight, he'll be like this when he's live streaming. Yeah, and it's just this continuous conning people out of money all the time, all the time. Nobody should earn £50,000 while living with their dad, and to the point where their dad is scared to leave his room, and be on full UC, PIP, free rent, free council tax. 50 grand went through his PayPal last year because of TikTok alone. And he's never declared a penny of it going back 5 years. So what you've got now is, he has been confronted by somebody who he owes money to. He conned this guy. This guy's Batty Dab. He's conned Batty Dab out of money, and Batty Dab's gone and found him and fronted him. So he will do his normal trick, which is go straight to the police. He's the world's biggest grass. He has the CPS on speed dial.
Is it further up? I think it's further up. Further down?
He's been told this week he's not allowed to attend any of the singing competitions that are on, because they don't want him to have anything to do with it. They literally sent him a Dear John message. Have a guess where he's going. He's going to go and force himself in. He'll gate crash anywhere. He's going to gate crash in somewhere he's been told not to go. You want to see him at night? When this bit's over, I'll pull him up. I'll show you some video of him when he's raging. But he's been told that Jason Derulo is singing on Trafalgar Bridge today.
What, you just came for a beer?
I think you were trolled, Kevin, and I would imagine it's another ambush because this happens a lot. He believes anything you tell him, Joe, right? So he believed at Christmas that a guy messaged him and said he'd pay him £50,000 for 2 hours work and they'd come and pick him up in a private helicopter, and he got ready for it. He believed it. What they'll do is they'll lie to him, he'll come out, and then they'll be there waiting for him because they're trying to get the money back that he stole off him.
No, sure, it's here, mate.
They are found everywhere, aren't they? And I wish I could go after each and every one of them, but I can't. But I can do one at a time.
It was here. 100% it's here.
And like, not just me, I've only done a small part.
It's gonna rain.
Like I say, he's been online since 2020, yeah, 2020, and people have been trying to get him offline since then. And you'd be amazed how many supporters got and how many ladies support him, considering he's got all those charges.
Yes, he's been moved on or something. Something happened. It's either cancelled because of rain.
Probably knew you were coming.
What happened, guys? Let's check his Insta. What's his name? It says 4 p.m. He was here.
Was he here or was he coming? What about that guy?
Go and have a look at his Insta. Brother, mate, do something, Adrian. I got something in the bag. God.
He'll stalk him now till he finds him.
Read the what?
Alright, Jason.
Read the news. No, go to DJ AG's thing, not bloody on Insta.
He's got no story.
I took it off.
No, he just got this nominated for,
No.
for a mobile.
Hold on, you bloody idiots. There, look. Oh. Seriously, look.
This is, you know, I told you he forces his brother online.
Entertaining. Please. Call in the plane.
Let me see if I can find.
To go to.
This is, he's forced his brother online to do this. That's not right, that is it. Look. He should not be on a live.
Sorry, Mr. Bainers. And literally the radio was going. And I thought, oh my God, she's gonna wake up, she's gonna wake up, she's gonna wake up. Anyway.
There's children on this app.
And then he was like, oh no, we're gonna find out. So we went to the cemetery. Alright, cool, you. I got to go to, and my team. So going.
I sort of showed you a proper video of him at home.
You told me same. Where is it? I'm coming.
This is it with his dad.
For God's sake.
Look at that door. $50,000 going through the house and it looks like that.
It takes me literally 5 seconds to walk to the car.
I'm going to show you his decorating because it sounds like I'm exaggerating. You imagine your elderly relative who's probably bought really good carpet at one point. You know what they like? They like, that's good carpet, why have you ruined it? This is how he painted his dad's house. Get ready for this. And I guarantee not one of you would do this to your own parents. You ready? He considers that to be funny. It's all on the carpet, it's run down into the hallway. He's just, what's there?
I have a feeling
And he's doing this just for views. And he's left it like that, and it's been like that a week. His dad can't even walk through. It's not even safe for him to go through. Listen to this. Watch his manipulation. He does it for money. He puts his brother on the phone and forces him to do it. Look at his eyes.
I knew you won't. That thing of my father, you've got to stop.
47. This is not his house. This is his father's house.
Why not have fun? It's gonna get messy anyway.
Because it's not your house, it's your dad's.
There is a people that offline have a bit of fun while they're decorating. You're having an absolute fucking laugh. Everyone's actually shed a life price.
He doesn't, does it, Andrew? I'll show you his Addy in a minute so you can find him.
They probably throw paint over each other, mate. They probably throw paint over each other.
Oh God, one sec. Erica's just messaged me. I won't be a second. Erica, she's just found another channel where they're broadcasting children on TikTok. Because that's what they do on TikTok. They'll put lots and lots of kids up, like a Zoom meeting. And they'll do it as a private Zoom. And then they groom them. It's absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. She's just messaged me now and said, Mum, there's another one just gone up. So I was like, report it for me, kid. So that's someone else I'll go out after today. The stuff that people get away with on TikTok is frightening. It's absolutely frightening. And then you've got the other people who are saying, you're possessed and I can remove it for this amount of money. Or it didn't work, you need to give me more money. There's just so many cons out there. It's shocking. It's like, I knew people did it, but not to this extent. So, if it's all right with you guys, I'm going to hang up now. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea with Mark and walk Roy, I think, and have a clear head and get away from all of these nonsense people. No, it's probably best if you don't. It's really hard. I can't do it a lot. I just go after particular ones. And like I say, I'm going to do one at a time so it doesn't overwhelm me. But I monitor others, and there's lots of other people monitoring them as well. And like, if you guys don't mind me doing, like I think I came on today about 1:30, which is a lot easier for me than doing a night time. So if you guys are okay with that, I shall pop on back on tomorrow afternoon, and we'll just have a general natter if you want. You know, just to catch up, and if give me a thumbs up if you think that's a good idea. Because I'd much rather be over here talking about it than over there swimming in it, like, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I'd like to come back on in the afternoons if that's okay. Have a cup of tea and have a chat with you all while I'm feeling better. At 8 o'clock I'm like that. I'm with pyjamas on and everything by that time. But yeah, if you think that you'd be affected by TikTok, don't go over there. Yeah, just don't go over there. And then I'll catch up on messages this week. I'll check my Facebook messages and me emails, because I'm feeling a lot better now. So I will have some videos to come from Glasshair that he's done for you. And I have done a video about vampire people, but more in the sense of like an entity that will drain your energy. So I have got a video like that put together. So yeah, I will be back. I'm not vanishing again. I feel a lot better in myself than I did. But my content will be different. So it won't be that I'm getting a guest on, or it won't be that I'm, reading out report after report, because I need a break from that side of things. I need to just have a bit of a laugh and a bit of light energy, and then, you know, see where we go from there, really. But yeah, it's been lovely getting to see you all today, and thank you, Padre, for your donation. It was, believe me, greatly welcome at the moment. But yeah, there is a rumour going around that I have been demonetised on YouTube. I have not been demonetised on YouTube. I just haven't been very well. Hiya, Vicky, darling. And members of Mark's family haven't been very well, and it's just not been a great time for us. But as you can see, we are on the up and up. So I'm going to go and spend a bit of time with him and the dog. And I'll catch you all tomorrow, and we'll have another natter. Probably about 1-ish, something like that. It's not formal. You don't have to come. Don't worry about it. Just come if you feel like it. And to anyone who's new, who's tuned in for the first time, I hope you'll join me again. And to Robert, who's over there in America, have a lovely morning and afternoon. And I'll check back in with you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Not good night, everyone, anymore. Goodbye, everyone.